look at that. We've caught up with my favorite little female leopard, Xongile. Look at that tail curve. She's been spotted, but she is on the hunt for terrapins and monitor lizards. As you can see, she looks quite a bit better fed than the last time we spotted her. So apparently she's been snacking on catfish to the south of us in a little pool in the Mawati River. But obviously she's eaten all the catfish, so now she needs to find a new meal. Oh, you're so pretty, little Xongile. I want you to catch the biggest, fattest monitor lizard in the whole of Africa. Remember, hashtag Safari Live if you have any questions about this incredible creature. So she's moving around the edge of the water. There we go, listen to the high-dives. Go away, leopard, futzak. Ah, you can see her tail's up. Oh, she's so gorgeous. You can see all the dew in the grass, making it a very pretty morning, and the sun is almost above the horizon, so I think we're going to have some spectacular views of this absolutely gorgeous female leopard. We're sitting on the dam wall at the moment. I just want to see which way she goes, whether she's going to go up towards the lodge or if she's going to come towards quarantine. So we're hedging our bets before we decide to move. I think she might come to the western side. Oh, so beautiful this morning. Michael's wondering if she purposely left her sauna. It's difficult to say, Michael. He might be a bit of a greedy gut, so she might have had some of her catfish stolen from her, but I'm not 100% sure. I would say she's probably going to be more successful if she goes out on her own, and when you don't have to share, everything's better. Okay, now we know where she's going, so we need to move. That's why we waited for so long on the dam so far away from her. It was to find out which way she was going to go. Okay. Are we ready for some off-roading? Let's jump off the cliff. Fergus, hold on. Oh, we'll survive. Oh, there's a big hole. So, driving these off-road vehicles, you get a nice workout every day. The sun is about to rise. Get your fingers ready for some of the most beautiful screenshots. I think today, with the dew in the grass, the sun rising, and of course one of the most beautiful female leopards in Africa, it's going to be lots of fun. So she just disappeared down here. Let's have, oh, there she is. Oh, she's moved quickly. Okay, I'm going to just shoot ahead of her, but let's get in a better position. Ooh, the sun's coming, the light's coming. I hope you're as excited as I am, because I think this is going to be absolutely exquisite. And as I said a bit earlier, this is one of my last drives on Djuma for the next little while. So I'd actually planned to sort of go down a memory lane trip. Well, what's better than spending time with the leopard instead of reminiscing about the good old days, etc. So, but actually, while we're here, we're at the dam, and we've had some fantastic leopard sightings. And let's see who can remember. And what were your best leopard sightings with me in front of WildEarthTV camp outside of this morning? Hashtag Safari Live. I can't see where she's gone. James says she's coming straight toward. Oh, there she is. You see her, Ferg? There. No, a little bit to the right. Oh, there we go. We're going to level. You can hear the monkey's alarm calling at her. She's there. So, what are your favourite sightings you've had at the WildEarthTV dam Oh, actually, we won't keep it just to leopards, but what are your favourite sightings that you've had with me? Oh, apart from a disappearing leopard at the Vuatela Dam. Now, we can hear that. Oh, look, here she comes. Hello, my pretty. Oh, I do adore her a lot. Oh, she's looks like she might have spotted a terrapin or a lizard. There's definite focus in that face, and it is so pretty. Ricky's wondering whether there are crocodiles in this water. Well, Ricky, from time to time, in this part of the Sabi Sands, the crocodiles move quite a lot, but there can always be crocodiles in the water, and you treat every bit of water like there's a crocodile in it, and that's the only way you don't get bitten. I know what she spotted. There's a terrapin moving in the water. I can just see the movement. See the ripples there, Ferg? You see the ripples there? There's a terrapin, or it's just popped under the water. So she's after terrapins and water monitors. That's what she's been surviving off for the last while. So I think that's a bit too deep for her to pounce in. She'll be hoping that she finds one that's a bit shallower. Well, she's coming back towards us now. Oh, okay. I can almost do a countdown to the sunlight hitting her. It's going to happen in about 30 seconds. That glorious basking morning light is going to strike one of the most exquisite creatures in Africa, the beautiful and aptly named Xongile. Sorry, I was taking a picture of James, Rexon's tracker, because he's got a very funny look on his face. Good morning, Wild Bill. Wild Bill is wondering if the other animals understand the leopard's tail signals. So when leopards and lions, to a degree, when they are spotted by potential prey, they normally lift up their tail and sort of an admission of guilt. You've caught me, okay, I won't try eat you. And animals definitely understand that. So when a leopard does that, they behave quite differently around the leopard to it would if it was still stalking, even though been spotted. Oh, look at her. There's that light. Xongile, you're sitting in our shadow. You're supposed to be in the glorious morning light. Oh, there we go. So as I said, she's looking a bit better fed than the last time I saw her. So maybe she's eaten 12 terrapins through the night, and 2 monitor lizards, and 8 grasshoppers. Now, of course, I'm only joking, but she has been surviving off catfish, terrapins, monitor lizards, grasshoppers, birds' eggs, anything small. Let me just see where she's going. Oh, yes. Okay, she's moved off from behind us. I'm going to just put Ferg in the right spot. Hi, Erin. Erin is wondering, what is a terrapin? And Erin, a terrapin is a turtle, what you would call a turtle. We call them terrapins. So a small aquatic coelion, or coelion, depending on how you pronounce it. So a turtle. So for us, tortoises are non-aquatic and terrapins are aquatic. So basically a little turtle, and these water holes in this part of Africa are filled with them. And they are ferocious little carnivores in their own right, hunting all sorts of aquatic insects and small fish and the like. But at the moment, they are being hunted by the beautiful Xongile. Now you can see how well a leopard's camouflage works as she goes into the longer grass, and her whole outline breaks up and she just disappears. Disappeared so much, we have to move again. A very good morning to you, Anna. Anna is wondering how long till Xongile can catch a dike or a stenbok. Anna, I think she's probably perfectly capable, size-wise, in terms of catching it. It's probably experience that's letting her down. Although, I did hear that she caught a baby impala inside the Chitwa camp. I think it's obviously been stolen, or she's lost it to... Ooh, she spotted a water monitor, but the water monitor was quick for a cold morning. Now, she just narrowly missed a massive water monitor the last time we were following her here. Look at that, isn't she wonderful? What's that song? Isn't she lovely? Who sang that? I can't remember. Hi, Mercedes. Mercedes has a favorite sighting, and she says it's the first time that we found Hosana and Xongile as newborn cubs. Well, depending on what happens this morning, Mercedes, I think I might go for a visit to the old den site. I might even climb into the cave and see what's happening there. We haven't been there in quite some time. Poor Xongile, that monitor lizard was a bit too quick for you this morning. She looks quite disgruntled with life at the moment. sort of an oh my goodness face. Oh my goodness, everything keeps getting away from me. Now you can see the light starting to hit her. That is beautiful. Sherry is wondering, do I think Xongile is going to take over this territory? She will definitely attempt to take over the territory as long as she doesn't get pressure from other females. So only time will tell, Sherry, whether she's going to inherit her mother's territory or whether Tundi and Shadow and maybe an unknown female from the north push in. I really hope she does. And wouldn't it be wonderful for Xongile to become the new queen of Djuma. Alright, we're going to keep up with her. She's on the move again. A lizard or two that like to sleep on it. But I think it's too cold at the moment, so they're still not out basking yet. But I think this is a very good plan for her to survive. And just keep hitting the water holes, keep eating the terrapins and the monitor lizards. Oh, she's checking the tree. I said, oh no, she's looking at a hardy-dar who's looking directly down at her. Oh, there we go. There's the hardy-dar that she's watching. There's two of them, in fact. A hardy-dar ibis. Now, oh, nearly, Xongile, you nearly got bomb dropped upon. That's what the hardy-dar thinks of you. Missed her by about 1.5 meters, so it wasn't that close. Now, the last time we were following Xongile in this very spot, Senzo was on camera and he got to film his first live kill ever. So I think Fergus is hoping that Xongile is going to provide again today.
Yeah, very envious.
I think she's a bit early. It's a bit early for the monitor lizards and the terrapins. It's a bit early, as I say. They're going to become more active as it gets warmer. Both the terrapins and the monitor lizards, being reptiles, they're going to like basking in the sun. So I think she should definitely hang around the waterhole, because the longer we go into the day, the more chances she's going to have of being able to catch something. Because I can actually, we're starting to see the terrapins wake up. And quite a few of them starting to move as the sun is hitting the water, and she's staring at one I can see at the moment. If I just go off to the left there, right in that brilliant sort of golden patch of water, there's a terrapin a little bit to the right a bit. Keep coming. You can see the ripples there. There he is. See there, we can see his head. So a little bit more to the right, and center frame. There we go. You can see the terrapin, but unfortunately for Xongile, the terrapin is moving. Oh, it went under the water. Oh, there he is. But he's moving away from the shallow shore, and he's quite safe where he is at the moment. Now we're going to wait here with the terrapins, or turtles if you like, and the most exquisite young Xongile. But it sounds like Byron has found a nice group of grazers. Let's go have a look. Well, from stripes to spots, and you can see how well Spots work as camouflage, because she is being very patient next to the waterhole at the moment, and there are some terrapins or turtles moving closer to her, so she's playing the right game. Hopefully the hardy-die ibis that is staring down at her doesn't give it the game away. Patience, patience, my little Xongololo. They will come if you wait. So there's quite a lot of terrapin movement in the water at the moment, and slowly, slowly, they are getting closer to where she is. Well, Leanne is wondering, how does Xongile's size compare to Karula at the same age? Well, unfortunately, Leanne, I never got to see Karula when she was this age, but if we had to compare her size to Karula's adult size, she's probably 2/3 of the size Karula was at the moment, but I think she will probably be very similar in size to Karula. Karula wasn't the biggest leopard, female leopard around, but of course she was an incredibly successful mother and huntress. Let me not say was, let me say is. Hopefully she's still around and makes a surprise appearance before I'd leave to Kenya. Now, the one thing is, you never know what's going to happen out here. It is a completely wild system. And the moment you get too definite in your opinions, the moment Mother Nature gives you a good kick in the teeth, to just teach you that you can never learn or know too much about what's happening out here. Ooh, there's a terrapin getting closer, slowly, slowly. Jeffrey's wondering, could the cubs pick up Karula's scent and try to follow them? Jeffrey, I think they've probably tried that, but she's not been seen so long. I don't think her scent is still, we've had rain, so I don't think her scent is still lingering. So there's a terrapin getting closer and closer. If we go a little bit to the left there, you can just see the ripples in the water behind that little senna bush. A little bit more to the left. A little bit more. There we go. See, bottom left of frame. It's getting slowly. Oh, there we go. Come on, swim towards our little princess. Sacrifice yourself for little Xongile terrapin. Well, she's definitely playing the right game, being patient. Terrapin's now about 3.5–4 meters from her, but it is slowly heading, well, in the right direction if you're a leopard, in the wrong direction if you're a terrapin. There's quite a few of them moving around. Has she gone to sleep there? Xongile, I hope your eyes are open. The meal is coming towards you. You can't be catnapping right now. No, her eyes are open. She is focused. Oh, she's so beautiful. Snooper says, do terrapins stand a chance from a terrapin attack? Could they hide in their shell and survive? Now, Snooper, it all depends on the size of the terrapin. So big terrapins, she wouldn't be able to crack their shells open. So they do stand a chance, but the smaller ones, I'm afraid, are just... Well, and also they've got the advantage of being able to dive under the water to get away from her. So if she catches them... Copy, Rex. So Rexon's just going to fetch the guests that were sleeping in. Missing a morning. Who would sleep in on safari? I mean, honestly. So he's going to fetch them and bring them back. Unfortunately for little Xongile, that terrapin moved away from her again. So it is a patience game. Melissa, hi, welcome on this morning safari. Melissa would like to know if I've ever had a scary experience with a leopard. Indeed I have, Melissa. I've actually had a few. There used to be a male leopard in the southern Sabi Sands called Shorty, or the short-tailed male, or in certain places he was called the bicycle crossing male. Now, this was probably about 2005, somewhere around there. And I was tracking him with Mr. Matubula, my tracker, and we came across his tracks and were following them on the edge of a little river very similar to the Mawati. And all of a sudden, the guarri bushes around us exploded, and he charged us about 5 times in the space of about 60 seconds. And when a leopard charges you, it sounds like a jet warming up, just as he comes flying at you. And during that charge, he stopped probably the closest he got to us, about a meter, and we got covered in dust and spit, and then he just walked off like nothing happened. He was quite a strange leopard, old Shorty, but yeah, that was quite a scary experience. Another scary experience was also with a different male leopard at Singita, and right in the south of the property, there was a male leopard we didn't see very often, and he was called the kinky tail male, and he had a big kink in his tail. And he is probably the only leopard I know that used to charge vehicles regularly. So you would just be driving down the road, minding your own business, and then all of a sudden you would just hear this jet engine coming out of the bush from next to you. You didn't even know he was there, but he would just charge the vehicle and then run away, and you wouldn't see him again for 3 months. I think those were always quite scary. And also one of my most favorite, but also at the time very scary leopard sightings on foot, was in the Sand River with before he moved on to the next plane, one of my most favorite male leopards of all time. His name was the Camp Pan male, and he was a bus. He was a beast. He was bigger than Tingana, maybe a little bit smaller than Anderson, but he was an absolutely massive male leopard. And I'd been lucky enough to follow him since he was a cub as well, and he was mating with a female leopard. Who is he mating with? He was mating with Shidulu female. Over, Andrew, make your way. Sorry about that. And Andrew wants to try it. Dead knobthorn. So have a look. If the view's good from the dam, or you're welcome to come join me down here. Sorry about that. So he was mating with a female leopard was actually my favorite female leopard at the time down there, a female by the name of Shidulu, which means termite mound. And Mr. Matabula, my tracker, and myself were following their tracks in the Sand River. And with mating leopards, often they move around a lot in the same place. And off we went, and I was looking at a set of tracks, and Simon and I decided, no, these aren't the most fresh. And I whistled to Simon. He was probably about 15 meters away from me. I went, "Hey, Si, these are the freshest tracks." And I was kneeling down in the sand, looking at the footprints of the male and female leopard. And Simon just said to me, "Four." His brother, "Don't move." And as he said that, I sort of slowly stood up, and there's big sandbanks that are covered in Phragmites reeds in the river, and less than a meter from me and eye level with me, I was looking into the golden eyes of the Campan male, which was at the time completely scary, but also absolutely exhilarating. And yes, that is the closest I've ever been to a male leopard on foot, about 60 centimeters, and at eye level as well. So I looked at him, and then you never want to stare at a leopard, because then it means he knows that you've spotted him, and because leopards work off camouflage. So I looked at him, I probably held his stare for less than a split second before looking at my feet, and very, very sort of sheepishly trying to move backwards slowly. So I've had some absolutely amazing times with leopards in the Sabi Sands. We're going to keep playing the patience game with our lovely little Xongile. While we do that, let us go see what Mr. Sorrel is up to. I'm getting all my languages mixed up. Chigamba is of course Shangaan for terrapin. So there she is. So as I said, patience will pay off for her here. As it gets warmer and the terrapins start basking and the monitor lizards start getting mobile, she's going to get more and more chances to hopefully catch and to keep herself sustained. Sorry, I'm just hand signaling to the vehicle, telling them they should come next to me because it's a better view. It looks like she's got through the carapace and she's munching on the innards at the moment. Morning, morning. Very well, and yourself? Wonderful, thank you. No, you're perfect there, don't worry. And it is always wonderful to spend Monday morning looking at leopards rather than sitting in traffic.
Yeah.
This is the same youngster we saw last night.
Whereabouts did you...
Just further down, we actually had a very fleeting sighting. It was further down the drainage line, and then she ducked into the...
Twin Dams?
No.
Not from there.
No, it's not the same.
So I'm just chatting and finding out, it's more than likely was the same female. She came through from Little Gari at some point last night. Okay, so guys, so it sounds like they had a view of Xongile after we finished drive last night on her way through. But she's, as I said, she's definitely looking a lot more healthy than she was. Pug Sanatic is wondering, how successful are leopard hunts? Do they succeed every time? Unfortunately for leopards, not, but fortunately for the rest of the animals. Your leopard, on average, in this part of Africa, has a success rate of around 12.5 to 15%. So only 1.5 times out of 10 that they try to catch something do they succeed. So that is, it's not very high. Of course, if they had a very high success rate, there would be no no impala and no terrapins left in the whole of Africa. And the predators are always going to have a little bit of or have to be at a bit of a disadvantage. And the reason you always find that there are more prey species than predators, because if the predator numbers got too high, there would be nothing else, and they'd have to eat each other, which wouldn't be very pleasant, which they do sometimes anyway. Morning, Michael. Michael's wondering, is she too young to start scent marking? I would say she is. She's probably really only going to start scent marking and calling at about 2 to 2.5 years of age. Now, it's going to be very interesting to watch her, because she has been abandoned at such a young age that we might see some sort of more developed or advanced behavior a lot earlier, because she's going to have to become she's going to have to grow up quickly, so to speak. Now, the one problem, as soon as you start scent marking and calling, is you do attract attention to yourself. It's a bit of a catch-22 for her. So if she's scent marking and calling, she's proclaiming a territory, but she's also announcing her presence. And the older and more experienced female leopards might take advantage of that and push her out of this territory. But it is going to be absolutely fascinating to watch how this plays out. We think so. So it's Karula's cub, and we haven't seen Karula in over a month, and we haven't found any tracks or anything for a while. So we're not sure yet. We don't know now. But the longer it goes, the more likely it is that she's, yeah. So sorry about that. Everyone is just chatting to the vehicle next to us, and of course we are desperately worried about our favourite queen, Karula. And I'm hoping that we're all wrong and she makes a miraculous appearance in the next couple of weeks. Hi, Ellen in Arkansas. Ellen is saying, is it possible that Karula could have moved away from the cubs to try force them to become independent before coming back for one last family breakup? Ellen, I think it's very, very unusual. So historically, Karula, well, I can only speak for her last set of cubs before this quarantine in Djuma, when she did want them to become independent, they were a lot older. They were over 2 years old. When she did make that final break. And what she did, she spent a lot of time further to the north in Buffelshoek and to the east in Torchwood. And what she was trying to do there was basically get rid of the cubs, because they were eating most of her kills, and they were just being a general pain. Now the big difference, Ellen, between this time and that time is that Wrexham, Taxon, Aubrey, and the Buffelshoek vehicles have been driving those areas extensively, and also driving Torchwood extensively, and no one has found a track. Even when we didn't see her for a long time, other people were seeing her either to the south or to the north or to the east of us. But the fact that she hasn't been seen, we haven't seen a track, and especially on her boundaries. And Tundi has definitely started taking liberties on that eastern boundary and coming into what is traditionally Karula's territory. This morning, Tundi was found pretty much deep inside Karula's territory, to the south of us, around the Mawati River. So Tundi's always sort of been around the Moanini, never really coming that far west to the Mawati. But this morning she was seen in the Mawati River. So it's possible that Tundi might be trying to siphon off some of that territory for herself. What have you spotted, Shongololo? Is there another terrapin about to be here than the last time I saw her? Apparently the dam cam is looking at some Egyptian geese behind us, I think. Yes, Egyptian geese. Now, they're a bit too wily for Xongile to get hold of. I have actually seen leopards catch and kill Egyptian geese before, but it's going to be at night. They're generally, she's not going to have much luck during the daylight hours. Those geese are very, very alert and aware, and very noisy. And she is still munching, and the fact that we can't hear bone crunching means she's already broken open the carapace, and she's eating the soft innards of that poor little, there we go, soft innards of that poor little terrapin. Well, the wonderful thing is, today, if she hangs around here, even after drive, you're going to be able to watch her on the dam cam. Hopefully she comes and walks right under it for you. Yes. So at the moment, can you believe people are watching us in America, in England, and we're live right now. So they're seeing exactly what you're seeing at the same time where they're sitting in the world. And that, yes, that's showing what the camera is seeing. The questions come into my ear. So I'm just going to have a quick chat with our friends from Buffalo's Hook next to us. While we do that, let's go see what Mr. Sorrel is up to. Oh, well, it looked like she was about to start stalking again, but then she sat down. I think the terrapin went under the water or moved away from the edge, but she's still quite focused. Now, as much as she's probably enjoying munching on terrapins, it's obviously not ideal for her. I think she'd much rather catch one of the big monitor lizards that frequent this area. As it gets warmer, the reptiles are going to be spending more time basking and out in the open, which will give her more opportunities to catch. But what she's looking at the moment is actually impala. They haven't spotted her, but there's a small herd of impala that has just wandered down to the water's edge. Now, she'd probably be capable in taking one of this year's babies, but I think an adult's just too big for her at the moment. But you never know, and they are incredible creatures, so hopefully she surprises us and takes down an adult. The one problem with her taking down an adult impala is that she'll more than likely lose the kill, because she's not going to be strong enough to take it up into a tree. So the impala are going to move around. It's going to be interesting to see whether she decides to try stalk them. At the moment, it doesn't look like she's thinking about stalking them. And I don't see, there's one sub-adult impala, one of this year's babies there. The rest are adults. But of course, there are lots of impala around here, so there could be more coming from the different side. I'm just having a quick look around us. And of course, I saw a very small baby Nyala close to camp this morning. So that is definitely something that is well within her reach. And well, not so good if you're a baby Nyala, but great if you're a female leopard. So this is very, very exciting. Sammy's wondering, would a leopard's health suffer if they don't get good food? Indeed it will, but I mean, as terrapins might not be the tastiest, but they are really good protein. So she can survive almost solely off terrapins, lizards, grasshoppers, and you must remember that a lot of animal diet and animal behavior can be area specific as well as time specific, because she's so small at the moment, and she's probably not big enough to take on a lot of the antelope around here. She is really surviving on the smaller things. She probably munches quite a few squirrels, quite a few dwarf mongoose, and as I said, monitor lizards, geckos, birds' eggs, cane rats, bushveld gerbils. And even though that's not ideal, of course she'd much rather eat a big impala, but she's able to survive and sustain herself on all those little things. Now, a great example of this is the leopards in the Western Cape, in the Cederberg mountain range in that area. There's ongoing studies on them. They survive almost exclusively off insects, scorpions, very few birds, very few mammals. So they eat termites, scorpions, beetles, lots of grasshoppers. So they're almost an Tavurus leopard. Of course, if they get the opportunity to get meat from other small mammals like rodents or hares or rabbits, that they will definitely take that opportunity. But because of their diet, you find those leopards are also very small. Your average weight of a female leopard in the Western Cape Mountainous region is between 12 and 15 kilograms. Your average weight of a female leopard in the Sabi Sands is between 30 and 50 kilograms. So a massive difference, and that's all to do with diet. Now, like a Karula, who is not a particularly big adult female, she probably weighed around 35 to 40 kilograms, which is the size of a big adult male leopard in the Western Cape. So it's very interesting if you start looking at different things, and you'll probably find the leopards in the Masai Mara are similar size to the leopards in the Sabi Sands, because there's a lot of nice high value big quality meat around. Now, if you move south in East Africa or west towards the Miombo or Brachystegia woodland, your average male leopard weight drops by about 10 to 15 kilograms to sort of around 70 kilograms, which is also quite a lot smaller than here. And again, it's the choice of prey species available to them. Miombo woodland is beautiful and it's gorgeous, but it is a low density ecosystem. So you have impala, you have puku, you have hartebeest and stuff, but they occur in very low numbers in comparison to a place like the Masai Mara or the Sabi Sands, where those impala in particular and those animals occur in high numbers. Therefore, you get much bigger, big cats. Okay, well, while Xongile sits there debating whether to try catch another terrapin or try for something bigger, Byron's found a beautiful eagle who's going to be departing to the north very shortly. We're still with the exquisitely beautiful young Xongile, and she is in the exact same spot. She decided not to go after the impala that have moved all the way behind us now and are at the drying little pan, and there she is. And I think she's going to wait for more terrapins to come closer, and I'm really hoping there's a couple of really big monitor lizards, and I hope she catches one of them. And of course, you're going to be completely spoiled today, because I think she's going to be hunting around the edge of the pan or the dam for the whole day. So keep a good eye on the dam cam, and who knows, you might be able to see Xongile make a kill on the dam cam today. There she is. She's stood up just to show us how wonderful she is before we get to the end of the safari. Morning, Lance. Lance is wondering, what sense do leopards use most when hunting? It is sight, Lance. They are sight-based predators. They need to see something to hunt it. They will take smell and hear and sound into consideration, but sight is their predominant sense when it comes to hunting. So she's looking for little movements. Has she spotted something in the grass there? Could there be a monitor lizard trying to slink its way down to the edge? No, there's not. But there could be. And that's why I recommend those of you who are still awake, keep an eye on the dam cam. You never know what might happen. And of course, I'm very happy to spend as much time with Xongile as possible. As I say, I've only got a few drives left here in the Sabi Sands before I start making my way to Kenya, and we're going to stay on Xongile to show you how beautiful she is for the end of drive, and my little Swahili phrase, Nyapenda chui. I love leopards. We'll leave you that. We'll see you in a few short hours for the sunset safari.